Hello, hello, hello. This just felt like making a video. Um, uh, so yeah, I'm still alive, um, still around. Hey, guess what? I'm still in the same position in my life that I was about 10 years ago. Let that sink in, right? When I first started making these doomer videos about 5 years ago, god damn, it's been almost 5 years now, when I first started making doomer videos on YouTube, which YouTube ended up yeeting my original channel, but whatever. Um, I'm still in the same position that I was 5 years ago. In fact, I'm worse off than I was 5 years ago. Believe it or not, I'm worse off than I was. I'm older now. I'm even broker now. I still have no future. Still no significant other. Still no marriage. Still no uh, the house, the kids, the wife, the white picket fence, the dog, the cat, the parrot, whatever the fuck you want to say. I still don't have that, right? Not that I want it anyways, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just still in the same position I was. Uh, Not even before the whole YouTube thing. I was in the same position I was probably the last 10 years of my life. The only difference is that I'm older now and worse off. Every year it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And there's no light at the end of the tunnel, you know? Um, and it's just kind of crazy how some people just can't seem to get life in order, you know? They can't seem to figure it out. They can't get the norm. It's like we were left out of this game of life. You know, we were just, it was like a party. It's like life is like a huge party that we just were never invited to, and we were just kind of like outside the party. You know, like we were outside the party, listening in with our ear against the door, hearing the actual life, you know, party of life going on. People having normal fucking lives, you know. Um, I you know, just wanted to rant a little bit, you know, vent a little bit. Um, um, I honestly, guys, I would make more videos, but I don't have the privacy anymore like I used to. I don't want people listening to what the hell I'm saying, and frankly, it's a pain in the ass to upload videos to YouTube, especially because I do it from my phone. It takes fucking forever to upload a video, and I just don't have the patience, you know. So that's a couple of reasons why I don't really upload like that. Plus, I just don't really have the energy like I used to, you know. I know you guys want to hear videos and stuff and want me to be consistent, but it's just not possible, you know. I told somebody in my comments section that the only way I'm going to be consistent about these videos is if I'm being paid to do it. Like, I just don't really have the motivation to do it anymore. You know, if somebody were to, you know, pay me to make videos, then sure, why not? I'd do it. But then people would start accusing me of just being a grifter, you know, just trying to finesse people with their money and blah, blah, blah. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, you know? Um, and, but, um, honestly, I want to make more videos again. I want to make more videos again. And we'll see how that goes, but no promises, no promises. But, you know, I'm going to be putting, I used to have a donation link so people could donate to me via PayPal and GoFundMe and Cash App and all that. But all of those links kind of got messed up. I gotta fix that again, but I might put those back on my videos because I know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I am the brokest I've ever been in my life. I've got like negative dollars. I owe money. I owe money. Like I'm in the negative balance. That's how broke I am, right? And I'm having a lot of financial difficulties, so any donations would be appreciated. You don't have to donate, but would greatly, it would greatly make my life just a little bit easier, a little bit more tolerable, so yeah, I would appreciate that. If not, just hang out and watch the videos and, relate, and so yeah, I'll at some point I will put some new donation links in my videos there. So I do appreciate your guys' loyal support and all that. Especially since my channel, this is like my third channel I've created, and I've just have not had a good foothold anymore since I lost access to my first channel, right? So, anyways, back to the video. Just wanted to rant a little bit, right? Just really frustrating. Frustrating. You can't really get anywhere in life. Can't do shit. I'm not really good at anything. The problem is like people will say, well, you know, you're not really. A lot of people will say, yeah, you're just being lazy. You don't want to work, this and that. But I'll tell them, I'll say, I'm not really particularly good at anything, and I'm not exactly excited to work dead end jobs. You see what I'm saying? Like I would rather be honestly a broke bum and just doing the things I like doing rather than slaving away at a dead end job that I absolutely hate because I have no choice to do it, you know? I try to, it's just been very inconsistent with my work. Nothing's been able to stick. And, so it's caused me a lot of financial difficulties. And honestly, I can't adjust to society anymore. I can't do it. I'm too far gone. I am not like the rest of these NPCs out here in society. I can't fit in with people, right? I mean, there's a reason I have zero friends, zero connections, because I can't relate to society. You know, people will say, "Oh, he's a weird guy," right? But I can't function in society, and it's not. It's just whatever it is that everybody else was born with to assimilate into society. I didn't get it. So I'm better off alone by myself, playing video games, eating junk food, doing nothing because that's the only thing that brings me any kind of solace, right? Any kind of, numbing of the pain, and that's my cope, that's all I do now. I play video games. I sleep all day long. I don't do a goddamn thing. I eat, right? I eat as a form of cope. I'm still doing that to this day. I'm not motivated. I'm just not motivated to do a goddamn thing. I wasn't always like this. I was not always like this. I was a completely different person about 10 years ago. I was in school, I was studying, I was working out, I was making the effort. I was making the fucking effort to make it in society, to make something of myself. And I wasn't always the lazy piece of shit like I am now, the bum that I am now. I wasn't always like this. I was totally different back then. I was naive. I had more energy to me. I had more vitality, more life. And I was actually motivated to do shit. But when reality came crumbling down and I realized that I wasn't really cut out for anything, that's when I fully gave up. I just gave up, you know. I'm in my 30s now. I'm in my 30s now. Like I'm getting old now, you know. No disrespect to the people that are older than me, but this is just my from my point of view. Um, you know, um, I've got nothing going on. I've got no future. And I recognize that. I know that there's nothing I do that will change my future. My life path is set. I am on a collision course, and this is the path that has been set before me by the universe. This is what my purpose is, to be a dead end, right, in this life. Bum, nobody, just a waste of space. It's true. I bring no value or anything to society. I bring nothing to society except maybe these videos for you guys. But so like, I wasn't always in this negative kind of mindset. I was a positive person, right? I thought the best in people. I tried my hardest. I did the work. I tried putting the work in. I tried to make something going for myself. I tried to make a future for myself. But then, you know, I, I got a degree. I got like an associate's degree from a community college, right? And that was probably the highlight of my life, pretty much. I got an associate's degree from a community college. That's the only thing I have to my name. And then I went to a 4-year university, switched to many different majors. I tried doing just anything that was going to help me secure like an actual career. And then I realized that I was just wasting money. I was wasting time because I was not cut out for academics or college anymore. I hit I hit the potential of where I was going to be. I realized to myself, I don't have what it takes. I don't cut it anymore in school. I have to. So I dropped out of college, right? I never finished getting my 4-year degree. And of course, like once I dropped out of college, I didn't have any skills. I didn't have any skills. I mean, I had some education, but I had no skills. I wasn't good at anything. I'm not really good at anything, you know. I think people in this life, people who are good at something, like, if you're good at something, I would say stick with that because that's what's going to be your ticket to having a future. But if you're somebody like me who isn't good at shit, is fucking useless, got no particular skills, I'm not smart by any means. I'm lacking brain cells, right? I was not born with a high IQ, you know, average IQ at best, maybe below average IQ. Um, you know, People with high IQs are going to be able to make it in life, in this society, because having a high IQ means that you're going to have a lot of opportunities in life. You know, you're going to be somebody that's valued by society and you're going to be rewarded for it. But IQ is genetic, it's genetic, right? IQ, how good you are at sports, right? That's also genetic, What you look like is genetic. Everything in this life is determined by your genetics, you know? At least in 99% of cases. Everything in this life is determined by your genetics, right? If you're not smart, if you're not, if you're not smart, right? If you're not athletically gifted, if you're not, physically attractive to the opposite sex, then you're kind of fucked. You're screwed. You know, and it's and don't even get me started with the whole black pill stuff. I 100% to this day believe that your looks will determine what your dating life is going to turn out like. If you're a guy, right, and you have never have been that successful with women, It's because you're not attractive, man. And I don't mean to hurt someone's feelings, and I don't mean to sugarcoat anything, because I'm going to keep it raw and real here, because I'm in the same position. I realize this. I should have realized this 10, 15 years ago, that the reason why women weren't fucking with me, the reason why women weren't, hollering at me, is because I was not physically attractive. They took a good look at my looks, and they decided I'm not worthy enough. I'm not attractive enough. He's not worthy enough to, you know, he's not worthy enough to, continue his bloodline, or, whatever, or be in a relationship, because, your looks will determine how well you're treated by women, by men, by women and men. Yes, even men. Men will treat you according to your looks. So if you are an ugly guy, you're gonna get clowned, you're gonna get bullied, you're gonna get people are not gonna respect you, people are not gonna take you seriously, right? If you're an ethnic minority, same thing. People are gonna clown you, they're not gonna take you seriously. You're not gonna be valued in society. You're gonna experience racism, right? I mean, if you're a guy that's short, right? If you're a short guy, again, people are going to bully you. They're going to clown you. They're not going to take you seriously. Um, you know, um, I mean, if you're not a good looking person in this society, you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed, right? And if you're not going to be good looking, like if you're going to be an ugly guy, or a guy that's not attractive to other women, you better fucking hope that you have a high IQ. You better hope that you can at least, you at least have something that you're good at, or a skill, or some kind of connections, right? Or you have a lot of money, or like I said, you're smart, because if you're not succeeding in the area of when it comes to the opposite sex, you better hope that you can at least make a living for yourself. Otherwise, your life's going to be a living hell. You're, I'm telling you guys that if you don't have life figured out by, I would say, the age of like 25 years old, like this is just, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, and but if you don't have life figured out by like at the very, and that's being generous, 25 years old, right? If you're not already in a relationship, if you're not already if you're not already making, money, and having like a savings account, and owning a home or a car, or at least having a career at the very least, that you can kind of like build yourself into, you're going to be in a life sucking abyss, unfortunately. So like, my advice is to, for the guys who are just starting out college, do something practical, do something that that you're going to be able to succeed in, so that you don't waste your time, right? Or do something to where it's going to put you in a good position, at least when it comes to your finances and your future, right? If you're not going to be able to find a partner in life, you can at least live a comfortable life. You can at least live a life where, like, hey, I don't have to worry about going homeless. I don't have to worry about being able to pay my bills, or uh, not being able to enjoy the simple comforts of life, right? So at least do something to where you can make it in life, because if you're somebody like me, who's got a low IQ, right, not attractive, right, is pretty much low IQ, not attractive, um, doesn't have anything going for him in life, is already in his 30s, has no skills or anything that he's good at, then you're gonna suffer in life, and you're gonna have an extreme hard time. Fortunately, I can rely on family, so I don't have to worry about going homeless, at least not yet. God knows what's going to happen in the future, but at least I have the very basics, and I can still, I'm not proud to be. The thing is that my family takes care of me, right? Which I'm lucky. I'm grateful for that, but it's still, I still don't like feeling like a freeloader. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can't do shit. You know, I don't like being a leech to other people, but you know, this is just a position that I'm in. You know, so I'm fortunate that I don't have to worry about going homeless and shit like that. But I can't say the same for some other people who don't have that luxury. You know, and God, I pray for them. God bless them, because that's not a hell that I would ever want to go to, being homeless or having nowhere to go to or having no one to rely on. That's true hell right there, you know. But as crappy as my life has turned out, I'm still grateful for the basic things that I'm able to enjoy in life, right? I mean, I have a comfortable bed that I can sleep in. I live in an air conditioned house. I can pretty much eat whatever I want. I can I I can play video games. I can buy money on video games. Video games is my main hobby. That, or just fucking around on YouTube, right? I can still enjoy the simple pleasures of life. So I'm grateful for that at the very least. But I try to make the best of it. As crappy as things have turned out for me, I try to look on the bright side of, I don't want to be negative 24/7, even though it's just something that's just hard to resist. But it does get frustrating knowing that my situation is just never improving. It's just very frustrating. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter anything that I do, I can't change anything. You know, I'm a social outcast. I'm ostracized by society. I'm not welcome in society. I don't bring any kind of. I don't contribute to society at all, except maybe when I am working, they take taxes out of my paycheck. I mean, you know, basically, I'm just a social outcast, right? I'm a genetic dead end. A genetic abomination. You know, and it's annoying. It's just really frustrating. And it's like, man, if God was gonna give me really crappy genetics, right? At least throw me a bone and give me something out of life, something, anything. So even though I'm not high IQ or I'm not very smart, at least make me attractive to women, right? Or if I'm gonna be ugly, at least make me high IQ, right? At least make me like fucking, smart so I can do shit in life. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you guys have, if any of you guys play video games, but it's like an RPG, right? And you got to put stat points into all of your attributes, right? Intelligence, physical appearance, every charisma, blah blah blah. If you could choose all of these stats, literally, I was given a one in every stat, a literal one in every stat. That's how unlucky I was. And it's like, what the fuck is the point of a sex drive if you can't even fucking use it? What is the point of that? What is the point of your genetics giving you a sex drive, a cock and balls, right? If you can't even fucking use it, you can't even, uh, like, what is the point, right? It's like, it's like It's like being a bird. It's like being a bird, but you don't have wings. So like, what's the point? you know? And it's like, man, if I'm not gonna be, if I'm gonna be born with crappy physical attractive genetics, why was I cursed with a sex drive? What's the point of that? Like, nature needs to be smarter about these kinds of things. It's like when nature's selecting your genes, it's like, well, this guy is going to be an ugly ass guy. He's not going to get any bitches. He's not going to get laid. I might as well not even give him a sex drive. There's no point in that, right? But they still give you the sex drive. It's like, what the fuck? It's like some kind of joke. Um, and then, of course, I have a lot of problems. When it comes to I mean, my living situation is definitely not perfect because I have a lot of family problems and family drama because of me not being able to move out the house and get a job and start a career because I've tried that and I just can't do it. It's just not something that I'm capable of. But people don't understand that, so they think I'm just being, lazy. I don't want to apply myself. I don't want to try, blah, blah, blah. So there's been heated, a lot of stress and tension with my family because of that. But they don't understand. They don't get it. Which is, I'm going to tell you guys this. I'm done with trying to find jobs and shit anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to I don't want to force myself to work dead end jobs. I just don't want to do it. It's a waste. It's a waste of life. There's no money in it anyways. The only thing I'd be doing is just paying the bare minimum for my bills. So I think at this point, I'm just gonna pull the mental health card and find a doctor and get on some social or get on disability or something. Uh, any of you guys out there that get government assistance or disability, Social Security, let me know what the process is for that because I need to start that like right now. Because I'm just I can't pay any of my bills. I can't take care. I can't pay my bills. I can't buy anything. I can't do shit because I'm so fucking broke all the time because I can't keep a job. You know. So I have to find a way to, you know, get on disability because of mental health or mental illness, something, right? I know there's people out there that are on that get Social Security because of that shit at a young age. Uh, I know it's not easy, but I know it can be done. I just have to see a doctor or something like that. Because this is ridiculous. Like I can't even live a good standard of life because I can't afford to pay for anything. I can't buy any of the shit that I want to buy because I'm always fucking broke. I mean, my bills. I'm also in a shit ton of debt. I mean, I've got about 3 credit cards that I have maxed out, right? I've got collection companies calling me up the ass trying to collect debt, trying to collect the debt, on these credit cards. I've got student loans that I still have to pay back. Um, you know, just in a ton of debt, that I will probably never get out of. And so it causes me a lot of stress and distress and just stress. And all the stress has taken a toll on my body, my mental and physical health. It's not been very good these last couple years. Um, and it's just like if I'm going to be a bum or a dead end, genetic dead end, I need to have some form of income because I don't have any form of income. And, you know, honestly, guys, I've been thinking about maybe starting another YouTube channel for gaming. I've gaming is a big passion of mine, a big hobby of mine, and I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel for gaming. Um, and seeing if I can maybe make a living doing that. But that's, it's not exactly a guarantee. It's very difficult to make a YouTube channel and blah blah blah. You get the picture, right? It's not easy, but like I said, my only thing I truly care about now is just video games. So passionate about video games and anything related to the video games and all that shit. So I figured I might as well do something that I enjoy, right? And try to make some money off of that. I just haven't had the. I've been too lazy to get off my ass and to actually start doing something about it. But you know, but yeah, it's just I was feeling just a little frustrated, more than usual. Um, and it's like at least give me like a partner, like give me like a significant other, right? To give me a distraction, right? Everybody else in this fucking life has a girlfriend or a wife. Hell, there's guys out there with multiple girlfriends, right? I can't get a single one. At least give me that, to give me some kind of happiness or comfort in my life, but can't even get that, it's just annoying that I was never, that I'm not attractive to women. It's just fucking annoying, man. Like the moment women see me, it's like, yeah, they're not attracted. They've already made up their mind. I'm probably definitely gonna die alone. I'm never gonna get married. I'm never gonna have kids. That is out of the question. It's never happening. The only way people get married and have kids and have a significant other or a girlfriend is if a woman finds you physically attractive. If she likes the way you look, it's kind of like, think about it this way, right? When we look at a girl, we instantly are attracted to her. It's an instantaneous thing, right? We look at a girl, we lust for her, we want to be with her, blah, blah, blah. It's instantaneous. We don't even have to get to know her. It's just a physical appearance kind of thing. It's the same damn thing for women. Women look at your appearance, and within a split second, they've already determined, like, their brain has already determined if they find you attractive or not, and it's over. There's nothing you can do to change their mind unless you have a shit ton of money, you know. And it's like, it's crazy how insignificant I turned out to be. Like, I know most people are insignificant in this life and never really do anything crazy or special, but like, I mean, this is like another level. Like, honestly, if I died, no one would fucking care except maybe for like one family member of mine. If I died, no one would give a shit. I would disappear from this planet. No one would even know I existed, right? If I uh, if I were to drop dead and if I were to get buried in a cemetery, no one would ever visit my grave, right? I doubt I would even have a headstone, right? If I got cremated and my ashes, like, let's say I got cremated, like, my ashes would probably end up in like a sewer or something, like, that's how insignificant I am. you know yeah, I mean, people just never really gave a shit about me like that. I mean, it is what it is. um uh it's like literally my bloodline's gonna end with me. Like, it's going to end with me. you know imagine your ancestors, right? Your ancestors, a long line, thousands of years of ancestors that have literally struggled to survive, to make a life for themselves, to possibly move to another country, a new area, that reproduced, went through the trouble of raising their kids and their kids and their kids, right? And they went through this hell all the way up until modern day you, just for your ass to say, just for your ass to be like, damn, women don't find me attractive. There goes hundreds and thousands of years of my bloodline. I mean, think about that, from the cavemen to now, you know, Like, think about all the suffering and the sacrifice that made your ancestors did to make a living for themselves and to put you on this earth where you are now, just for your ass to be like, just for like us to be seen as ugly by other women and not procreate or anything like that. You know, the thing is that I don't even want kids. You know, I don't want children. I have no interest in that. Even if I was married and I found a wife and I found the quote unquote love of my life and all that romantic bullshit, I still would not be interested in having a child, because I am not interested in bringing a child into this hellscape of a world. I'm not interested in that. I don't want my child to go through the same suffering that I did. I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. To go to the same hell I did. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it, you know? But, anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening.